Hello friend, this is Sanjay Kumar, creator of SelectorsHub. SelectorsHub 3.0 is really exciting release and it has lots of innovation which made many things possible which were like impossible before. So in this video I will show you what's new in 3.0, and I would request you before continue, please subscribe to the channel and like, share the videos and share SelectorsHub so that it reaches to everyone and everyone can take advantage and save their time with 3.0 and they can improve their productivity and learn new things. Okay, so the very first thing is the debugger to inspect the dynamic elements. There are few elements today in web world which we can't inspect normally. Like for an example, we know that we can just right click and click on inspect element so that we can easily inspect, right? So this box we can inspect. Suppose if we write something like anything here and then these drop down values comes in, so these are the drop downs kinds of, like as soon as we click on top of them or anywhere we do something, they used to get disappear and we won't be able to inspect them. There is no way to inspect those elements. Like once you anywhere you click or anything, they will immediately disappear. Like if you right click on them to inspect, or they are there, and if you click here to inspector, so no way to inspect them. So here is the SelectorsHub which will made it possible. Just open SelectorsHub. There you will find the, let me just zoom in. Here you will find the debugger button, this one. Click on this and now you type here. After clicking on the debugger button there, you within 5 seconds you will have to turn on you will have to get this drop down again appear, and now you see that you will be able to inspect these elements. And when you will inspect these elements, you will see that SelectorsHub will also generate the selectors for them, and this you can copy and use it in your script. So it will be very easy and convenient to inspect dynamic element, such dynamic element, and generate the selectors for them. You can directly copy this value and use it in your script. So it has basically made this possible to inspect such dynamic elements and to generate selectors for them. This is really helpful, and once you are done, you will have to click on this execute button, resume script execution, so that it will be normal. And now you just means other element you can keep on inspecting. So this is how this debugger will help you, and it will save a huge amount of time, and at the same time of course it will make this easy to inspect such dynamic invisible elements. Second feature is nested Rom support. Yes, so we have seen that today we can inspect the like today with the with the SelectorsHub 2.0 we were able to identify whether element is inside shadow DOM or not, whether like XPath is possible or cssSelector what is possible or not. So all those information we were getting, but still many people were not able to like write the selectors for shadow, not able to write the script. Like okay, we got to know that this element is inside shadow DOM, but how to write the script in Selenium or in any automation API, how to handle them. So for that, now SelectorsHub will give you the script as well, like how you can write the automation script to handle this one. So as soon as you open SelectorsHub, it will give you the complete script along with the host XPath as well. Host selectors, basically not XPath, you can say it will give cssSelector for the host of this shadow root, like for this one. So you see that it tells you that this element is inside single shadow DOM, and this is the complete script to handle that element, this element. Here you can perform click or send keys or anything, you can type it here. You just copy this piece of code here by clicking on this, go to your editor, and you can directly paste this. And here if whatever you want to perform with this element, if you want to click or send keys or anything, you can do that. I will show you this one. Suppose here you have to like here now, so this is the single shadow DOM. Okay, Suppose if any element is inside nested shadow DOM, it will immediately tell you all the information, whether that element is inside shadow DOM or nested shadow DOM, or like anything is there, it will help you with those information for that particular element. You just open SelectorsHub here and inspect the element. So that, as you can see, that it is letting you know that this element is inside 4 nested shadow DOM. If you inspect this username, it tells you that this is element is inside 4 nested shadow DOM, and these are all the details of them. And here you get the complete script. If you copy this script and go to your editor, let's paste this script here. And suppose now here under username, if you want to let's say send keys, we have to send something. Let's say we have to enter SelectorsHub here. Just save it, just execute this script. It will, so this is basically very standard script which it has given. Generally everyone use this. Otherwise it also gives you the like host name of all the shadow DOM, so which made it easy. Directly you can use it in your script if you are writing in any other framework, in any other format. So you see that it has entered the value here. So this is how you get it will help you to handle the nested shadow DOM, which today people takes almost more than an hour of time to handle them. So here are the all the host, shadow root host one by one, which you have. This is the top one, then second, then third, then fourth, and after that this is the element on which we have to perform the action. So it makes life easy and will help you to handle all such kind of elements which are inside nested shadow DOM. Third one is nested iframe support. So today, yes, we have the support for iframes in SelectorsHub, like single iframe. So if your element exists inside single iframe, it gives the iframe XPath as well as the element XPath and gives the information that this element is inside iframe. But what if it is inside multiple iframes? Then it becomes really challenging to identify, to figure it out how many iframes are there, inside which iframe this element exists. So now you need not to worry, SelectorsHub will give you the complete thing. Suppose for an example, this is iframe, within an iframe, inspect this element, and you see that it tells you, SelectorsHub will let you know that this element is inside 2 iframes, nested iframes. This is the XPath for first iframe, XPath for iframe 2, XPath for inspected element. And if you want the command as well, so you can turn on the command, and here you can type the command, it will give you with that command as well. For an example, if our command is driver.find element, and here by.xpath, and suppose here we have the XPath value key, wherever you have written XPath in your command, just replace that with XPath value. So here you got all the web element for iframe, for XPath, for iframe 2, 1, everything you got. This you can copy and you use it in your script. So this is how it will help you to handle the nested iframes, and it will save a huge amount of time, because handling nested iframes is really tedious task today and takes a lot of effort and energy. Fourth innovation is multi-selectors generation. This is really huge time saver. Like in past, you might have seen that you can generate the multiple XPath, but this feature will really help you a lot and will change your perception the way you have seen the multi-selector generation. So there is a button to generate multiple XPath and selectors. So you see that here, suppose we have to get selectors for all these elements here on the test project, and we are writing on, like, let's say page object model or something. So in single shot you can create you can get all the XPath and all the possible selectors for each and every inspected element. So you just keep on inspecting these elements here. You see that SelectorsHub will keep on generating all possible selectors for them. So like this is the name, that this is for community power, this is for logo, this is the XPath, this is the cssSelector, the class is there, tag name is there, whatever possible selectors will be there, it will let you know that what all possible selectors. So like in this case, this is a link tag, anchor tag. So here it is a partial link text. So whatever possible will be there, it will give you. like you can keep on inspecting. And here once you got all of them, whichever you wanted, so you see that how quickly you can get it all of them. Once you got it, you either you copy by clicking on this, or by clicking on this, like you want css selector, so this you can directly use it in your script. Or else like you want to like export into xls, you can export that into xls file as well, which you can use it later. If you want the command, you just turn on this command. You see that all the xpath, you got all the command. Now you can directly click on copy and paste it in your script here, like this. And this you can, like whatever you want, you can change it, apply like whatever method you want, like send keys, click, or whatever you want. So this is how it is going to help a lot and saves a lot of time for you to generate selectors for multiple elements, xpath, css selector, whatever you want, that is possible now. And here if you want like without text, with id, so that you can keep it change. Or if you want any particular attribute, if you want to generate xpath with select xpath or css selector with any particular attribute, that you can choose, that you can pass it here. So this will saves huge amount of time for you, definitely, and will save effort. Generate case insensitive selectors. Yes, this is also another very useful utility, I would say, and very good to have, because many times we have to write selectors, case insensitive selectors, because sometimes, like for an example here, free sign up, now f is capital, s is capital, u is capital. Someone comes tomorrow and they make it like sign up, and then space is not there, u becomes a small p. So in that case, like xpath changed frequently, and it becomes tough, like where could be a small letter, where could be, like for an example, if we inspect this element here, and it has like almost if we write an xpath here without class or something, and if text comes for this kind of element, in that case it becomes really tough to write an xpath for such elements where we can ignore the like where we will have to ignore the cases, because that becomes tough, like f is capital, t is capital, here p is capital, d is capital. So can we have an xpath which will ignore all these like all these letters? For example, let me show it here. Sometimes we make mistakes, like here s is capital, h is capital, but what if like somebody made it small, and we want to make it like case insensitive, basically, like this. In this case it is really tough to remember which letter is capital, which capital is small. So in this case there is an option, click to make selectors case insensitive. You just click on this, it will make your selector case insensitive. Now this xpath, you see that it has all the lowercase letter in xpath, so this is not going to like break or anything happen, no matter whether you make it e capital or n capital here, doesn't matter, this xpath will work in all the cases. This css selector will work in all the cases because it is also case insensitive. Let me show you this one, css selector as a case insensitive. Like in this case, you just click on this, here you see that it has added I. Now here if you make it h capital or small, no matter, but if you remove this I from here, this will show 0, because now it is h is capital while h is small. So SelectorsHub will help you, and if you have written any of css, you are writing your own css selector or xpath here. Suppose we are writing our own xpath here, like this, okay, and if you want to convert this into case insensitive selector, you click on this, so it will convert your xpath as well into your xpath, your css selector into case insensitive, along with their own generated selectors as well. If you would have written a css selector here, which is and if you want to make that case insensitive, click on this, it will convert that into case insensitive. So all these innovations, and there are a lot more innovations, like a lot of optimization in xpath generation, css selector generation, so those all features will help you a lot in your automation script and in your day-to-day work. So this is going to save a huge amount of time, and it has made all these things possible, like debugger for means inspecting dynamic element, nested shadow DOM, nested iframe. This was never possible, and it was never possible to generate all possible selectors for multiple elements at a time. And of course, like case insensitive selectors, it was also like we can't remember all the time that command, and every time to write complete every time converting an XPath into case insensitive is really tedious task. So it has made possible, it has 3.0 has made things possible, as well as saving a huge amount of time. So I hope you are enjoying this 3.0, and it is helping you a lot. I would really request you, please share SelectorsHub as much as possible, because people are still not aware about these innovations, and they are still struggling handling these things and wasting a lot of time. So it's my humble request, please keep sharing SelectorsHub, share this video, subscribe to the channel, and support the community, support SelectorsHub. Thank you so much.